I loved it. I think that's something that we haven't questioned from the beginning of training camp. They play hard, have to pull them back at times. They're so competitive and going at each other. But like I said, it was good to see them go against somebody else. But effort's something I talked about the first day, and they haven't lacked it as far as that.
How do you feel about the execution and what you've wanted defensively? Was it run the way you wanted to be?
I got better as the game went on. I felt like we settled in a little bit. Bottom line is, we don't want to give up 30-point quarters, and we gave up 31 in that first, but after that it was 24, 25, 23 in the last three, so we got better. But Indiana's a team that slips a lot, and that gave us some problems with our switches, so they were slipping out, getting some separation, and something we'll have to clean up.
There seemed some possession, especially late in the first half, where guys weren't up on shooters as much as they were earlier. Is that something to kind of break bad habits, as you were talking about on media day, that needs more time?
Yeah, it's just recognition and communication. You got Buddy Hield and the kid Shepard, who had a really good first game. It's a catch and shoot guy. We're going under screens a few times and going into pick and rolls and off ball. And so we gave up 9 points in the first quarter. And so 9 of their 31 were off mistakes on 3-point shooters. And so that carried over a little bit in the second quarter. And that's what we talked about at halftime, recognition, KYP, and regardless of the game plan and how new it is to people, personnel's personality, the shooters and who they are. So I don't have to tell them that to go over Buddy Hield.
Coach, you outscored them significantly in the paint. Was that a concern? Was that something that you concentrated on, or made a concerted effort to make sure that the guys got points in the paint?
Yeah, we just want to be aggressive in attack, especially early offense transition. We got a lot of multiple ball handlers that can get the rebound and push, and I think you saw that a little bit. First half, 25 free throws and finished with 39 for the game. That's obviously a big number, but 58 points in the paint. We were really attacking well. And granted, they didn't have their main shot blocker in there. Daniel Tice is still solid. They got NBA players, so I like their aggressiveness as far as that.
Offensively, we saw Alperen being involved in a lot of different actions as a screener, roller, making plays from the top of the key, even some entry passes to Jabari Smith Jr. in the post. How did you feel about his offensive involvement and his decision making tonight?
It was solid. He's the guy that we can move around and he can initiate offense from everywhere and then pick his spots when he wants to score. So still feeling him out and filling out what we're trying to get him to do, but he's going to be around the court. He's great in the pocket. Obviously, he can score on the post, but we do like when he's up top, kind of being a quarterback up there. I'd like him to take a few more threes instead of pump faking when nobody's really closing out on him. So he'll get that down, but just being aggressive there and then making plays is something he does naturally.
You talked about communication, kind of building on that. Are you seeing what you like in that? And the ball movement seemed to be pretty good tonight.
Yeah, I think effort and unselfishness have been there from day one. Communication got to get much better. Against higher level teams, obviously. Like I said, some of their slip outs gave us a problem, and lack of awareness on shooters, and that's communication. So we got a long way to go as far as that. We could be much better, and but to hold to 1 and 3 with the mistakes we made is a good sign that we can obviously improve.
Hey, Coach,
Cam played with a lot of power tonight. What did you think of your rookie?
He does that regardless of summer league, open gym, whoever he's playing against. So he was good. He was aggressive, picked his spots. I'm telling him to attack. He takes the three and vice versa. So he knows he's an offensive weapon. He gets his shoulders square and can attack. He's like a bull in the china shop at times. And so it's one of his strengths. He's really strong around the basket attacking. And so pleased with what he did.
You just finished talking about Cam, but what did you see from Ahmed Thompson tonight?
Same, a little bit more of what we've seen. Obviously the pace, attacking and finding guys, but also, being aggressive going to the basket. I felt, he missed some easy shots as a lot of our guys did at the basket. We missed some free throws and layups that, we'd like to make, obviously, but he did what he's been doing the whole time he's been here in summer league and attacking and just making the right play. Just got to finish a little bit more.
How did not having Dillon kind of impact some of the plans that you had for this game?
It didn't. It just gave us the opportunity to play some other guys. Cam played more due to that. Tari started the second half, but for him, he's a guy that we're kind of monitoring anyway. So we're going to give him a game off somewhere. Maybe tonight was a game he got off unintentionally, but he's a guy that's been through it all and to pace himself and get himself in shape. But he does want to wrap it up, and we were going to give him 3 quarters of run just like we did Fred, and just got cut short, but didn't change any plans. We had other guys that stepped up and did well.
Just kind of his skill set, is it easy to have 5-man units around him?
Dillon?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he's a plug-in guy. We know what he is. He's one of the best defenders in the league, and then knows how to play. He's been unselfish as well, picking his spots, being aggressive, but also passing the ball extremely well. So that's not a concern for us.
Is there a challenge for him to balance the toughness and aggressiveness that he needs and you want, and not letting what happened tonight get him taken out of the game?
Yeah, definitely, especially the previous play. I think Tyson might have flopped in his opinion, and so he does something the next play, and so that obviously you can't let that carry over. And so same guy baited him twice, and got to control your emotions as far as that and stay in the game. Can't get yourself taken out, obviously, in the first quarter. So we love his aggressiveness and physicality, but reputations carry in the NBA, and we'll look for certain things, and you got to monitor that better.
What did you see from your reserves tonight?
I love the way they came in and played the second unit, and even the third unit stepped up, took it a whole nother level. So this is what I talked about before the game, everybody taking advantage of opportunities, and they 36-23 in that last quarter, our best offense and defensive quarter, so those guys all stepped up. But we got a lot of guys we can plug in and play. Obviously, Manny Cam came in and did great. Tara's going to be there. We got Jock off the bench, so our depth is real, as I mentioned, and they came in to show that.
Kind of going back to Cam, of course, he had the strong summer league, strong training camp, had a good game tonight. Even though the forward position is probably the deepest position on the team, does he still have a chance to kind of crack the rotation and start the season?
Yeah, he can play 2 through 4 pretty easily, and so we can plug him in a lot of places. Big body at the 2 and strong enough to guard forwards, and so he can play everywhere in between. And for him, it's a luxury at times. You look at him and you can kind of pair any grouping with those guys, big or small, and they fit in well. So although the 4 is a stacked position, as you mentioned, I think we can play him 2, 3, 4, no problem.
How would you assess Jalen's performance tonight?
Good. He was aggressive. He missed some shots he's going to make, and obviously the free throws. So I think, at times some of our guys have been rusty with their shot making, but not their decision making or aggressiveness. And so some mistakes on defense, like the other guys made on shooters a few times, but he was aggressive attacking and just missed some open threes and free throws that we don't make when it counts.
Thanks, Coach.